When my legs are crossed, it means I have to pee. Anyways, speaking of getting a funny feeling, so I don't know. I've been feeling very. I don't know how to say this. I've been feeling. I don't want to say led, like in a godly sort of way, but I just feel that it's something I should do. I felt it's something I felt I should do for a while, but just now lately, like this year specifically, um, I really feel like I need to start stockpiling stuff. I don't mean like guns and ammo. I'm talking just like basic utilities. Okay, because I am not one of these Christians who buys into the rapture 7 years before. Okay, first off, if you read the verses, it does not say that. Um, just, I mean, Matthew 24. You listen to what Jesus said. He basically said that the rapture is not happening until at least the desolation of whatever the fuck that's called. You know what I mean? Which is when the Antichrist goes into the temple. So that's when the rapture is going to happen. Sometime after he's revealed. It could be 3 years after that. It could be 3.5 years. Okay. If you actually read the verses, again, I don't know where they get the 7 year thing. I really don't. I really don't. But even, I mean, listen, I hope it's true. I don't want to be through the fucking tribulation. But I've really been, I don't know, I've been really feeling like I need to start buying more bulk. Because one, I don't have anything. Like, I mean, if we got shat on, like if there was a solar flare that completely destroyed everything, and like the entire infrastructure of reality was down, like internet, I'd be fucked. I'd be completely, I'd be dead. I'd have nothing. I could last probably a good three days. After that, I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm gone. I'm out of here. So I basically have no stockpile of stuff. I'm talking food. I'm talking, basic things like flashlights and batteries. I mean, well, I do have like double A batteries and a couple triple A, but like those big fat round fuckers for like flashlights and shit. I got no flashlights. Closest thing I get to a flashlight is on that stupid phone. Okay, or the tablet. That's about the closest thing I got to a flashlight. Um, so it's like I have nothing. I have no bottled water. I have no food. I have nothing. So, like I said, I've been feeling like I should at least have a couple months worth of shit. Um, Now, technically, I started last month. Well, I ran out of salt, and I usually buy in bulk. I usually buy 5 or 6 because they're only like 89 cents a thing. The Morton salt. Um, so I bought 4 of those. Now the trick is because a lot of that stuff is going to go in rotation. Because like I can't just buy 5 or 6 things of something and keep it for 10 years. You gotta rotate it in and out. Especially water. You can't like I couldn't buy bottled water and just leave it outside for 15 years. You can't do that. Um, so like I said, you gotta rotate it in and rotate it out, which means buy more. Um, but like I want a surplus of dish soap. I want a surplus of um, laundry soap, shampoo. I want to keep myself clean, basically. Um, and like I want to get some of those waterproof matches and shit. I gotta start getting stuff. Um, I also want to bulk up my. I went through that in the video. Um, my box like medicine and stuff. I want to bulk some of that shit up. I want to get more cough drops. I want to get more. Just have that stuff on hand because you never freaking know. Because I mean, if I get a cold, I'm screwed. I mean, it's either what's in that box, and if I ain't got it, I ain't got it. Okay. And chances that I have money for it, Like if it's in the middle of the month or something, you know, I may not have money for it or that much, you know. So it's like I want to bulk up shit. So I think what I'm gonna do every month for a while, I'm gonna buy $50 worth of stuff. Um, like, like for example, toilet paper. Now let's be honest. I could buy 1,000 rolls of toilet paper, and even if I died tomorrow, somebody would use it. It's not like I bought something that was specifically designed for me and nobody else could ever use it, you know. So, you know, I figure even if I did that, then I'm blessing somebody when I'm dead. So, hey, maybe I'll get rewards in heaven or some shit. Who knows? But realistically, realistically, I think I'm gonna start saving. I'm gonna use about $50 a month and just buy shit. Just buy random shit. I want to get some flashlights. I want to get. I'd love to get a freaking generator, but I don't have that kind of money. I'm hoping so. I don't know. I don't know, but I definitely want a generator. I mean, shit, dude. Fucking screw any credit. Even basic, you know, earthquake or something. You know, something shits the bed, or you know, the snowstorm or some shit, or we get hurricanes or something. You know, and you fucking, you know, power goes out for 7 days. I mean, that's not unheard of. It's not unheard of. So, this month I bought 20 rolls of toilet paper. Next month I'm going to buy another 20 rolls. And usually the 20 rolls last me 4 or 5 months. I don't even know, 4 or 5, maybe 6 months, depending. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to buy it like every other month. So I bought one this month for March because I do every month I do a Amazon Prime order. So I am going to do 20 rolls this month, 20 rolls next month, which is April. I'll skip May. I'll do it again in June, August, so on. And I want like 10 of those fucking things. Because, dude, you shit, you're going to be shitting. Okay, you're going to be shitting. That's all I'm going to say on that. That's all you need to know. You're going to be shitting. And that's all you need to know. So, yeah. Now I have one full thing of Dawn dish soap left. I just bought 2 more. I'll probably... I don't think I'm going to buy any in April. I don't know May. I might pick another 2 up in June. Because I want to try... I want to keep them, you know, 5 or 6 at a time. I want at least 5 or 6. Maybe... I'd like 10 of everything. 10 dish soaps, 10 laundry soaps. So the next time I go... Because the laundry soap's only like $1. So I'm going to pick up maybe 2. And then the next month pick up 2 more. And then so on and so forth. Because... it's not a bad idea to have, you know? It's just not. I know this isn't like my usual clip and stuff, but I wanted to talk about this because I've been having that feeling that I need to be doing something, you know? I don't know what or why. No, I don't think I need to be getting guns and stockpiling that shit, but, you know, I definitely want to pick up some of those rice packets, get some of them fuckers going. I should have like 100 of those things, and I don't. I have like 1 left. And again, that is the shit that I keep, you know, cycling through my monthly, you know, dietary contribution to myself. So I need to buy a bunch of those. Maybe I'll go to the dollar store. Maybe I'll pick up like 10 of them at the dollar store. Of course, the trick is not to eat 10 of them all month, you know. And then pick up another 10 next month. And then pick up another 10 next month after that. And then, you know, so on and so forth. Because, again, having, you know, even 100 of them fucking things. I mean, granted, you got $100 worth. That's not a bad thing to have, you know. They're not. They're not a bad thing to have around. You get 100 of those. I also want to get some of those top ramen soups, but I don't like those. I don't like those soups, ramen, whatever. I'm not a big fan of them, but, you know, hey, they're cheap, you know? So, Dude, I'm even thinking about now. This has nothing to do with like Armageddon. This is just I've been wanting to do this. I've been wanting to garden. I don't know why. The problem is I can't physically do it. I just physically can't do it. Now, what I was kind of hoping I could do is get one of those. They have these. I don't even know what the hell they're called, but they look like little horse troughs, and they're like on stilts and shit. So they're like up off the ground, so I don't have to bend. And I would love to get some of that, fill it with the soil, and plant some shit. I'd love to do like berries and shit, but they're a little bit harder, I think, to do than your basic stuff. But I'm actually thinking about getting some of those little kits and shit. In fact, I'm gonna do that for April. I'm gonna make videos about that. I'm gonna get some of those. I'm gonna do parsley. I'm gonna do. They have all those things. I'm gonna do it just for fun. You know, not that I'm gonna mass produce that shit or anything, but I'm just gonna do it for fun for like a video. But hey, it'd be nice to have experience with it. I don't have experience with growing shit. I mean, unless it's mold in my refrigerator. That's about the closest thing to, you know, growth of plant that I know of. And it would just be nice, just be fun to do, You can understand, I don't have a lot going on. So when I'm thinking up ideas, it's like, like what can I physically do versus what do I want to do, which are two different things. I mean, I want to do a lot of stuff. Like, I want to take the dog for a walk, you know. I'd walk to the store. Seriously, if I could, I'd freaking walk to Great American. Ain't no way I get back. I couldn't even make it up. I don't think I can make it down the fucking hill without my back going out. So that's completely out of the question, but that's neither here nor there. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start buying stuff in bulk, and not like major bulk either. Like if I'm gonna buy 4, maybe I'll buy 6 instead. And like I said, I want to get flashlights. I want to get like they must have like entire like survival kits and shit. Just get one of those fucking Rambo knives, the whole nine, and just stockpile it. Just stick it in the corner somewhere. Pray to God I never need it. Like right now, if we had a solar flare that knocked us back to the Stone Age, I couldn't create fire. I'm not Wilson on the island. I can't sit there and rub 2 sticks together. I mean, I can maybe rub my 2 thighs together. That's about it. That'd probably create a lot of heat, but that's neither here nor there. Like I said, I don't have the ability to make fire. I don't have matches lying around. I mean, the closest thing I would have, and in fact, right now, currently, I don't have one, would be my my little lighter stick for the grill. But like right now, like I said, I don't even have that. So if we were sent back to the Stone Age, like technologically, like to the point where like the lights were down, everything was down. Like let's say somebody shot off an EMP field over the middle of America, okay, and it completely wiped us all out for 2 or 3 weeks. Guess what? I got nothing. I got no fire. I got nothing. I couldn't cook. I couldn't do shit. Did that upload? Fuck the storage almost full. I don't give a fuck if the storage is full. What? I'm talking on my phone. So yeah, I definitely I don't give a fuck if it's his birthday. Why am I getting information about somebody's birthday? Fuck you. I'm worried about my birthday. I keep getting all these pop-ups and shit. Anyways, what was I talking about? So yeah, I want to start getting stuff. And again, not like crazy. Maybe I'll do a video of it. Maybe I'll do a video and show you like what I'm buying and it's I don't know, man. I definitely think people should do it. People should definitely have a stockpile of shit. Now I'm late to the game. Like some people have been doing it for 20, 30 years. Some people have been doing it 5, 10 years. I did it today. Okay, like Armageddon's on our doorstep, and I just did it today. So, but hey, you need Dawn dish soap? Come over to my house. I got it. I'll trade you for I don't know some food or something. Because I'm telling you right now, you got all these idiots like Glenn Beck, Like, oh, buy seeds and stuff. Yeah, okay, that's great. But he's like, oh, buy gold. Gold is going to be the new standard. And when everything shits the bed and we all go to hell and back, stockpiling gold. No, you know what? Your gold ain't going to mean shit. Maybe the first 2 years, but I guarantee you, after 2 years, you know what's going to be more precious than gold? I'm dead serious. Your fucking soap, your dish soap, your laundry soap, any of that stuff, anything soapy, because people are gonna ransack that shit, and they're gonna just use it up willy nilly, and then 2 to 3 years into the Armageddon, be it the apocalypse, zombie, whatever, alien, whatever, they're gonna wish they had Dawn dish soap, especially around their crotch region. Okay, after 6 months of not being able to bathe proper. Okay, because the water's been tainted. Or it's been dried up and you can barely find any. I'm telling you right now, that's how it's going to be. You're going to want your dish soap. Your dish soap is going to... So while Glenn Beck is fucking around with his gold, I'll be selling him my freaking... my soap. You know? And his gold ain't going to be worth jack shit. I got your gold hanging right here, motherfucker. Like some of these people, they got these vaults and shit. No, that's a little too insane. They got their guns and they got all this other bullshit. No, I just want some basic survival shit, like a couple of jugs of water, some cheap food that I can, if I can get fire going, I could boil in a pot. Some basic shit. Now the problem with top ramen noodles, they're not gonna, they're okay for maybe a day or two, but you ain't gonna get the nutrients you need. So I don't know, man. Oh, this is a fucking farm. I don't know why we can't grow nothing, but... Anyways, I wanted to talk about that. Because it's just, I don't know, I just feel really strong about this. I really do. And... Because even if nothing... If I died next week, it's still a good habit. Now, I'm not saying that the Armageddon is happening and Antichrist and all this bullshit. I'm not saying any of that's happening. I'm not going to say that. If it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Even if it doesn't, it's still good to, have things in case of necessity, in case of need. And again, if I die, then other people can use it. So I'm helping other people in the long run. And of course, there was an error preparing the upload. Fuck you! Fuck you! This phone is a piece of shit, dude. I'm sorry. I love this phone, but I hate this phone at the same time. Absolutely imbecilic. This fucking memory. Why do you get a phone that has got no fucking memory on it? Well, no, you fucked up. You done fucked up. I'm sorry, you done fucked up. I'm sick of goddamn struggle with that fucking thing. Every fucking time I want to upload something. Sometimes it does it, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes I have to power it down, sometimes I have to delete the app and put the app back on. Oh my god. No, I don't know if it's necessarily the phone. It's probably Apple, but... anyways, if I can deal with this shit, I'll make a video of all that stuff. But, like, as of right now... The toilet paper that I bought is for me, for use, obviously. So it's not really a stockpile, per se. But the next one I get will be. I will also stockpile things like... I should probably... I don't know. Because some of the stuff you gotta watch how long you can keep. Like, I don't know how long you can keep sugar. You can probably keep it for a while, as long as it doesn't get wet. But that shit would definitely need to cycle through. I wonder if you can keep it in the fridge. If that would keep it longer, if that would ruin it. I don't know. Because, you need at least... let's just say Armageddon. You need at least 3.5 years of shit. So, I don't know. Anyways. Yeah, that one's tricky. You gotta watch sugar. But I need to stockpile some of that. Actually, I do have a surplus of sugar. I got like 4 things of sugar. Well, actually 3.5 because I'm working on one right now. I didn't realize I had bought two because I bought two and then I bought another two, and I didn't realize it. So maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll keep that. Maybe I'll count that. You know what? I think I will. I'll count one of those. I'll keep 3. So actually, now that I got a surplus, I could actually, instead of buying 2 at a time, I could just buy one. I usually go through 2. Well, it depends on what I have to drink. If I drink Kool-Aid, then I need like one whole brick of it per month. Because I usually do a cup of sugar per 2 pints of Kool-Aid. I used to do a little bit less, but not by much. And I usually go through 2 things of it a month, give or take. About 1.5 to 2. Again, depends on how much it is, how much I have. Like if I'm drinking it every day, like I said, I go through 2 bricks of that shit a month. You know, if I got other stuff to drink, then not so much. But so, anyways, I got sugar, I got some salt surplus. I have I'm working on the toilet paper. I just bought some dish soap, as I said. I want to work on some of those ramen noodles, and I'm going to ramen noodle, whatever the fuck they are, and I'm going to work on some of those rice packets. So, yeah, it's going to be great. Anyways, what else is there to talk about? I got thinking in my last clip where I suggested that maybe Jesus could tap into the multiverse. There's this one story in Mark where he healed a blind guy. And he spit on him or did something and rubbed shit in his eye. And he asked him, okay, what do you see now? And the guy says, I see people walking around as if they're trees. And then Christ basically is like, okay, hold on. He did it again, and it's like, oh, I can see. And I was thinking, if he could tap into the multiverse, what if there's a multiverse where we are all giants? We're all physically bigger. And this guy basically either was... I don't know. There's some cool shit there, especially if you can comprehend the multiverse. And like, what if the multiverse isn't necessarily what we think it is? What if it's layer upon layer upon layer of possibility? So in other words, you could take like one person and collapse their existence from one universe to, let's say, another universe that's completely different. So what if you could do that without like collapsing the entire universe? You could collapse just certain parts of it, like draw a string, almost like a web between one person or one object or one thing, whatever, to the next. So in other words, the guy was blind, but he was seeing through the eyes of another version of himself. Now think about what that would mean. Because now, I suppose you could make the argument that maybe Christ spit in his eye and, you know, like he was looking through like a liquid bubble and made everybody kind of distorted. You can maybe make that argument. But who wants to do that? I want to make the argument, what if there's multiverse and Christ can tap into it and condense the multiverse per situation? Again, if you think about how the multiverse would work, and if you can take and pull from each multiverse on a quantum level or otherwise, that's pretty cool. And that makes his miracles seem like, again, turning water into wine. This universe, they had water. He pulled wine from another universe. He switched the two around. So in another universe, what if Christ's miracle was he turned the wine into water? Now think about that. How that would play out, I don't know. But if all things work together for good, so again, what if in an alternate universe, Christ, that version of Christ, and again, I don't mean to insinuate there's multiple Christs, because there's not. It's like there's one of us, but there's multiple possibilities of what we could become, or what we could do, or what we actually are. And I think at some point you could collapse all of that into one moment, into one person. So again, if all things work together for good, then that means all things are possible. And if all things are possible, then a multiverse is possible. Based on that, anyway. Which means, for example, myself, there's multiple variants of myself doing multiple different things. Now, again, what if you can converge all of those into one thing, so that all of a sudden you have this like mass knowledge of, I know what it's like to be an alien. I know what it's like to be an astronaut. I know what it's like to be a fireman. I know what it's like to be attractive. I know what it's like to have sex with hookers. Whatever. Whatever. All things work together for good, apparently. Now, how all things work together for good. Now, think about it. If you have the ability to know the end from the beginning, as God does, for every action that you've made. Now again, this would be at the end of days, this would be the end of time, where you can't go back and fix it, you can't go back and change it, but you would know what it was like to be, or what it was like to do what you should have done. Like, for example, people get callings from God. They get urged to, like, oh, I want to go do this, or I should go talk to somebody, or I should, whatever. I know a lot of atheists don't understand it. Like, oh, he's talking to God? No. That's not what it means. It's just, like, you ever get a desire to do something like, oh, I want to go to McDonald's for some reason, It's like, I haven't been to McDonald's in 5 years, but damn it, today I want to do it. That's what it's like. But think of it on, like, a grander scale. Like, oh, I want to go talk to that person I haven't talked to in 10 years, and try to say something nice to them and make their life better, like, hey, you look good today, even though you look like shit, really, but I'm not going to tell you that. It's one of those things. So, what if, seriously, what if we, me, you, everybody, have, at the end of days, the opportunity to experience every aspect of life? Every single minute detail that could possibly happen, we have the ability to not necessarily live it, but have the knowledge and experience of it. Now, some things you're going to be like, okay, that didn't work out. Okay. Like, if I take a sledgehammer to my testicles, that's not a good idea. But you have that experience. Okay. Or at least have the understanding of that experience. So, I don't know. I mean, or I suppose it could be, as I said in that other clip, I suppose it could be something as simple as, like anything that produces fruit of the Spirit, like love, joy, peace, all that stuff, then those are what last. The other things that don't produce those, they just wither away on the vine. Again, like the fig tree. I love that analogy of the fig tree in the multiverse. I love that idea, because that is so cool. That Christ was here now looking for the fig tree. And the fig tree is like, yeah, I ain't got no fruit for you, fuck you. And Christ is like, no, fuck you. And he curses the damn thing. Now, did it curse in, like, did it wither up in every variant of the multiverse? Or was there a Christ in another multiverse, or another version of himself doing other things, who ate of the fruit? So in other words, the tree was available for him in that universe, but our Christ, and I don't want to say our Christ, because it's the same dude, it's just the Christ who did what we understand that he did, is what I should say. Because I don't want to insinuate that there's multiple Christs or anything like that. But you get my point. It's one person, one being who has the chance to... How do I word it? Again, the same thing with us. It's like there's only one of us, but there's multiple variables of what we could be or do or say or become or whatever. And what if all those things run simultaneously? Because if you think about it, then if that's the case, in every single solitary second of my existence, I died. Like, there's multiple variables where I died in the womb. I died during childbirth. I died because of complications of spina bifida. I died... That one time I almost walked out on the road when I was 2 years old, and my mother grabbed the hood of my coat and pulled me back. You know, stuff like that. So we would technically be dying every single solitary second of every day. Like right now, I just died. I just died again. I just died again. I just died again. Can you imagine that? Multiple fucking universes. Every possible millisecond, I've died. Which is fucked up when I think about it. So again, if you're a Christian, then there's a version of you who didn't get saved. See, because that's interesting. Now imagine, what if... See, now that would be an interesting way to explain election in this idea that, oh, God doesn't desire anybody to go to hell. What if we all don't go to hell? We do, but we don't. I mean, think about it. This universe, okay, there's a lot of people who didn't get saved. They didn't get born again. They didn't grasp Jesus to the point of, I need him. I need him to die for my sins. That's important to me. And I've decided to change my mind, change my thinking. Instead of thinking of myself, I'm going to think of others as Christ would. You know. Yet, in an alternate universe, they did. But in this universe, they didn't. This universe, I did. Other universe, I didn't. So think about, I mean, what if we are simultaneously both in heaven and hell at the same time, on some level? Now, I think it would have to be, because if you think about it, my experiences as another version of me, does that make me a different person? Not necessarily. Just because I have different experiences of my existence, I mean, technically it does. Like if you were to clone somebody, and you got one on the left and one on the right, the fact that they're seeing each other from the left or right perspective means they are now currently different people. Because one is seeing it from the left, the other is seeing it from the right. That is a different experience. So their experiences dictate that they are now different. So does that mean that if there's a multiverse and there's different variants of us that are completely different? Or are they... Because, I'm thinking if you could collapse them all into one, and maybe even weed out the bad stuff. Like, there's probably a version of me that's, shooting people up right now with guns. Or some shit, There's probably a version of me doing God knows what. Horrible, wicked... I got little midgets in the basement or some shit. Tied up in the basement, I'm sodomizing them every night. I'm doing weird shit, Hey, leave me alone. You're doing stuff too, You don't know. So you weed out all that bad shit, stuff that's not producing the fruit, and then all the good stuff gets compiled into one existence. See, that's the thing. We would never know it. We may have all these rushing memories of, I remember like what it was like to be a fireman. I remember what it was like to be a school teacher. I remember what it was like to be, you know, a cashier. I remember what it was like to be mentally handicapped. I mean, believe me, I already do, but you know, I remember what it was like to be completely normal and have a normal life and have a wife and kid and have, you know, all these things. I have those memories. Did they happen? I don't know, but I have their memory of them, so they must have. I mean, I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, is it possible? Is that even remotely close to being possible? Because again, if you could weed out all the garbage, all the bad stuff, and yeah, there'd be multiple versions of me who went to hell, because we are all deserving of hell. Therefore, we all would have to experience it at least for even a millisecond. We'd have to understand it, you know. But yet, the point of being saved is that you are acknowledging that yes, I have done something wrong, and I need someone else to forgive me of said wrong. Like a lot of people don't get that. A lot of non-Christians don't get that. Like, oh, I think God would let everybody in. You know, I don't think there's a hell. Well, that's first off, that's stupid, because you know there's a yin and a yang. There's a right and a left. There's a yes and a no. There's a plus and a negative. You know, positive, negative. I mean, to sit there and say, well, there's just only heaven because it's good, and that's what I want to believe. Well, you'd be stupid to deny the negative. You would. So, because I mean, let's be honest. Everything else has polar opposites except for heaven and hell. Really? Why would that be? What logical recourse do you have to, you know, throw at that? You have none. It makes no sense. Your existence from that point on makes no sense because you have no validity. Because you're being stupid. Okay, it isn't a matter of like biblical anything. It's a matter of just basic knowledge of the universe. You know, there's alive, there's dead. There's young, there's old. There's opposites. You know? What's the opposite of heaven? Hell. What's the, you know, I mean, whatever. Like a lot of these people who like, I think God will let everybody in. Why should he? Think about it. Let's say you're having a family barbecue. You got the cousins, the nieces, the nephews. I don't know, all these little kids running around. And all of a sudden, some hobo, you know, comes knocking on the front door, and says, "Oh, gee, can I come into the backyard and fellowship with you guys? I smelt the hot dogs cooking." You know, gee, I only escaped from prison and I raped a bunch of people. But yeah, can I come in and fellowship with your family? Now, are you going to let that guy into the house? No, you're not. Now, you may go in the back and get him a hot dog and bring it out and say, you know, good tidings, go fuck yourself, get out. But you're not going to let him come into fellowship with your family. You're not. You got grandma there, you got the kids there, you got the uncles, the nephews. You're not going to let some guy who's a murdering rapist, atheist, come into your house and you know, come into the backyard and swim with the kids. Especially when he's all grungy and he hasn't showered in 6 months. So, I mean, give me a break. So people need to look at it logically and not just their stupid feelings. But that's neither here nor there. But, I don't know, overall, it's just, I think it's a cool topic. Christ and the multiverse. I love the idea. I really do. Anyways, I'm going to make this a short clip because, yeah, I'm going to make this a short clip because, well, first off, my battery is dying. This battery, this tablet's pissing me off. I will say, the phone, I love that battery. It doesn't last very long, but it charges super quick. Like, I plug it in, and I do stuff, and I'm watching, I'm like 16, 17, 18, 19, I'm like, son of a bitch. This fucking thing, I plug it in, I'm using it, it goes, you know, 9, 8, 7. I'm like, what the fuck? You know? Anyways, so I only got like 7% of the battery. It pisses me off because this fucker's been charging all day. And it should have been like 99.999, but No, I had like 40% when I started. Stupid Apple and their cheap shit products. Actually, they're not cheap. They're overpriced, but the actual physicality, the material that they use is complete garbage. Anyways, I'm done. I'm done. Fuck you.